Hey, how's it going, YouTube? So, sorry I haven't uploaded a video in a while. I've been pretty busy lately with school starting and all that. But I am back today, and it's a Tuesday. And as I said, I'll be doing the weekday dungeons one by one. Hopefully, I'll be able to do these in like quick succession. So, I'm hoping I'll be able to do Wednesday dungeon tomorrow because I actually recorded a video of that pretty recently, and I wasn't able to upload it because the sound kind of really messed up badly, so that was really disappointing. But I'll be recording another one of that pretty soon, so that'll come up later. But today I'm gonna be doing Tuesday Dungeon, Keeper of Rainbow Master, and I really wish that I'd be able to show you guys Keeper of Gold Mythical, but um, unfortunately I'm not at that level to do it yet, and honestly, Keeper of Gold is not a monster that you really need for Evo Evolving as of yet. Like, it's needed for several Ultimate Evolutions later on, and on that note, I actually have 4 of these things from Palag Machine, so you can just pretty much spam Palag Machine whenever the rare Evo materials are available, which actually they are now. Like, if you come here and look on the bottom, yeah, rare Evo materials may appear. So this is a good time to roll your use your POW points and roll for rare Evo materials. So yeah, I'll be doing Tuesday Dungeon, and I'll be actually using Odins, like a bunch of them. Not because I only really need one leader damage reduction user, but I'm using the Odins simply for the bombs in this case, because the Odins, since this team is mostly like resist and trying not to die, because Keeper of Rainbow does about 22,000 damage. So unless you have more HP than that and you have an easy way of recovering all back up, it's going to be tough. So I'm going to be using an Odin team, which is probably the best beginner level team to use. And all this is grinding down. You want to kill things that are synced, basic for any Odin team. But Odin's active skill, Gungnir, is really great against Rainbow Keeper, because depending on how strong your Odin is, like how high leveled it is, it does a good chunk of damage. And I also am using this thing, the Snow Globe Dragon Blank, for that same reason. It does a 30 multiplier bomb, like light bomb. And that's a good thing to point out too. Most bombs are great for using against Rainbow Keeper, but I specifically am using all monsters that do light damage, because Keeper of Rainbow is a dark type monster. And so it just speeds up the process, because you could honestly, as long as you don't die, you can grind out Rainbow Keeper. That is not the case with Gold Keeper, because it uses like 1,000 Hand of Destruction or something like that, and you just die if it hits you with that, and it'll use that after a random number of turns, I think, or after a given number of turns. But yeah, so for Rainbow Keeper, you can pretty much just grind on it and it'll die. It'll die eventually. The Odins are just to speed up the process. And also, there another thing worth mentioning is that a Godfest recently just passed, and that was, I think, the Norse God and Archangel Godfest, and that was it was a decent Godfest. Like, if you had a couple of stones to burn, like, it wouldn't be a bad Godfest to roll in, and honestly, like, any Godfest isn't a bad Godfest to roll in. And what really upset, like, I did roll for that Godfest and I didn't upload it. I'm sorry about that, guys, but I got some pretty bad rolls. Like, I got trolled really badly. I got a bunch of dupes, like ones I really don't need. Like the second Odin here, the Unawoken one. This one is one that I got from the last Godfest, and yeah, Odin's great and all that, and I like it a lot. But I really don't need 2 of them, and the most I'll be using it for is literally to either keep it as a dupe or use it for skill ups and or awakenings. Here on Battle 4, either a light keeper or a dark keeper will appear, and this is kind of annoying because I would really rather have a dark keeper appear here because I don't have many of those, and I have plenty of these because for some reason the light keeper likes me a lot. But yeah, this thing is easy as well. You just grind it down. Doesn't have too much HP, I don't think. I brought the Echidna pretty much just for panic button reasons, but I can't die on this guy, especially if I'm using double Odin, because that's like 80% times 80% damage reduction, and I don't think there are not too many things that can actually kill me. I mean, I went up against Tomb of the Saint Deep in one of the normal dungeons, the one with Hades, and with double Odin, because I knew how much damage it does, and it does about 66k, and even then I didn't die, so you can pretty much withstand any attack, any singular boss attack. Of course, multi-hits, you can't withstand those, but for single-hit enemies, you're fine. I don't want to use my bombs now because I want to get Rainbow Keeper over with as soon as possible, so just make combos and kill this thing. But yeah, last Godfest was pretty awful. I got a double Odin and I got Guan Yu. And that wouldn't be a bad thing if I didn't have one already. And that still wouldn't be a bad thing if I didn't get 2 of them. So I got 2 Guan Yus from last Godfest, but I already had one from last Godfest. So it was just like I have 3 of them now, and I really don't know what to do with that many of them. So that was irritating. I think the only, I got 2 decent things. I think that would be Blue Odin, which is okay. Like, it's an Odin. I was pretty happy with that. That was my first roll, so I thought I was going to have good luck, but obviously that wasn't the case. And I also got a Light Metatron, which I'll take that. It was a pretty good roll, and I might make a healer team eventually, so I might as well, right? Okay, this is kind of taking forever. I might as well just use the bombs. Well, there's 1. There's 2. This guy's pretty weak, but it still does something. And die. Yep. Okay, so that's a guaranteed drop. And on 2 times drop rate events for weekday dungeons, the Rainbow Keeper is also a guaranteed drop, which is definitely what you want. You really only want to do this dungeon when it is on 2 times drop rate, unless of course you're ridiculously desperate, which I have been. Like, I've done this dungeon, I've grinded this dungeon before when it was not 2 times drop rate because I just really needed the Rainbow Keepers, and it's not terrible. It's a 40% drop rate. It's pretty much half and half. It's like less than half if you're unlucky, more than half if you are lucky. So yeah, this takes a bit of grinding. Pretty much this team just relies on waiting for Odin to get his get the skills back, which is not that long. So yeah, so Echidna will delay if need be, but the auto heals will pretty much keep me alive since this thing can only do about 1,000 damage to me. Wow, the power of double Odin is strong. So I'll probably edit the next little bit out. It's just going to be me grinding down and bombing Rainbow Keeper a couple times, alright? See you guys in a bit. Okay guys, so here we are. There's going to be last couple of shots, just going to wait for the other Odins to refresh their skills, and we're going to finish this guy off in just a second. I actually just got a notice that my phone is running low on data on space, so gotta finish this up quickly. There it is. It's an 80% drop rate, so honestly, if you don't get it, I feel really sorry for you. It's essentially a guaranteed drop, so you want to grind this dungeon on 2 times drop rate as often as possible. There you go. You get a couple of knights. You get the Keeper of Light or Dark, depending on which one appears for you, and the Keeper of Rainbow, and your power point. So yep, that was Rainbow Keeper on Master. Thank you guys for watching. I'll be hopefully uploading Wednesday dungeon or Thursday and Friday dungeon stuff a little later on. And yeah, leave a like if you enjoyed, comment if you have any questions, and definitely subscribe if you enjoyed my videos and when you want more. Alright, thanks guys. See you later.